Okay, so it is the 5th of July. Just celebrated Independence Day yesterday. Had a lot of fun. Obviously, we're driving around in the car. So what I ended up doing was installing my new fuel system, my 10AN lines, my weld-in sump, and new fuel pump, and a new fuel log actually too, on the car. And that fixed all of our fuel pressure problems, so we can now drive the car around. It still has a couple little issues. I need to tune the carburetor a lot. It's very rich, which I'd much rather have it rich than lean, so I haven't really done anything with it quite yet. But I've got a little bit of a fuel leak coming from one corner where I welded in the sump. So I need to fix that. So I got to run, it's got a full tank of gas. I got to run the gas out of it and then assess that. But other than that, we got to I think we got to we got to drop the transmission down a little bit and pull the servo out of it, the 2.4 servo. And I'm going to try swapping it out with another servo that I have, a Sonic's Super Hold servo that was in a spare transmission. We're going to try that one and see how it does. And then hopefully it'll shift a little better. Right now, it has all the gears. You can get it to go into overdrive. You just got to let out of it at 3,500 RPM and it'll shift into overdrive. And then you can just barely keep your foot in it around 21 to 2,200 RPM. And it'll stay in overdrive, but it doesn't hold any power in any fourth or overdrive. So you start slowing down, and then you gotta shift back into third. It shifts back into third to keep going. So right now we're just kind of driving around in third, which it's fine. I don't mind. It's not like it's bad for it or anything. So it's just kind of high RPM with a 411 gear, but it's okay. And then shift into first, it won't shift to second when you go to second. You have to skip to second to go to third. But if you shift into second, it's definitely in second, and you can shift to third. So, not really sure. Again, I think it has something to do with the 2.4 apply servo, because those are the 2 gears that I'm having issues with. So we're going to try that. But we're driving it, and it's a whole lot of fun, so I'm enjoying myself. I just got to get that fuel leak fixed, and then work with that transmission, tune the carburetor in, and then go through the break-in procedures. Finish. I think we got about 200 miles on it right now out of 500. So soon enough we'll be able to do some polls on it, actually some performance work, see how much we picked up or not, and go from there. But I think in this video, obviously this is going to be starting it out. I'm going to maybe do some carburetor tuning and maybe some work on the fuel system too in this video. I'm not entirely sure. Also, I gotta adjust my rear coilovers, give it a little more ride height. I've got the street tires on it right now because with the big race tires, with a full tank of gas, the ride height's still not right if you hit a bump that rubs the tires. So I gotta adjust the ride height, make it even on both sides. Because right now the passenger side is up about a 1/4 inch higher than the driver's side. So maybe we'll get some of that in this video too. But anyway, here's some of the driving of the car.
So I still haven't made any music to go over, just blank video. So I apologize for that. And I'm too cheap to subscribe to any of those services yet. So these clips right now are going to be silent. And I do apologize for that. I am kind of working on trying to get some music to go over these that's not going to be copyrighted, but for now they're going to be quiet. So there you go.
That was a little half throttle, 3/4 throttle pull to about 4,000 RPM. Yeah, I'm pretty happy with it.
Alright folks, welcome back. It is Wednesday, July 10th, and we're going to be out here working on the Firebird a little bit tonight. Last video I talked about how I'm having some problems with the fuel system, having some fuel pressure trouble or whatever. Beginning of this video, when I was driving around in the car talking, I don't know how well the audio is going to turn out on that, but anyway, I said that I had ended up swapping out all of the fuel system, my new stuff. So we've got the new ProCam fuel pump down there, and then dash 10 lines, new fuel pressure regulator. Then we got a new fuel log in here. It's still running pump gas right now. Still got the old Brawler carburetor on there, but we got the complete new fuel system on here. We got a couple fuel leaks we got to fix. So the fuel pump is leaking, and I just need to tighten up. And I think I can do it while it's on the car. I got to tighten up a couple of these bolts around here because when I had to take it apart to clock it just right, and I didn't get it back together as tight as they had it from the factory. So I need to tighten those up to fix that leak. And then there's a couple of fittings under the car back over here by the fuel filters that are leaking as well. So we're just gonna have to get underneath there and tighten those up tonight, and then we should be good as far as fuel leaks, and then we can work on a couple of other things. I still have to fix whatever's going wrong with the transmission. I believe that somehow the 2.4 servo is not working correctly. I used the one that came in the Monster in the Box kit from Monster Transmissions, and they had a bunch of stuff. It reused like the stock pin, servo pin and stuff, but anyway, it doesn't seem to be working super well with second and fourth. But I've got right here in this spare transmission. So this is the Super Hold 2.4 servo from Sonex. It's the whole pin, servo pin kit, and then this part, the fourth apply piston, I believe. I don't remember exactly what this is called, but this part is separate from the pin. But I got all of that Sonex brand in this transmission, and that one needs a rebuild. But the 2.4 servo I know is good. So I'm thinking that I'm just going to drop this transmission down and pull the servo out, grab the Sonex one, throw it in there, and put it back up and see if that works to correct the shifting issue. But anyhow, yeah, we're making progress on this thing, and it's been fun. There's been a lot of just busy life stuff going on, you know. So just I'm way behind on where I was hoping to be with the car by July. I was hoping to have already been to a couple races with it, but obviously that didn't end up working out the way I wanted it to, and that's okay because I'm still just trying to enjoy it and do it right. Been really not motivated to work on it lately, but just slowly picking away at it and getting it right and getting things done that need done. So soon we should be good to go. And you know, whenever you build a car, finish building a car, whatever, you know, do a lot of upgrades to a vehicle, there's always some little bits that need to be worked out here and there, and we did a lot to this car this year, so there's all sorts of stuff that needs to get worked out, and then just with the engine itself needing to finish the break-in before we can even do like some full pulls or anything. It's just been a lot, and then with the fuel system issues, and now we've got leaks in the new fuel system, which is, you know, to be expected, but there's just always, it's always something, is the saying, and it's very true. So there's always just one more thing and one more thing that needs to get fixed on it. So pardon me. I got the hiccups. But eventually, we are going to get it down to not correcting or fixing issues, but more to tuning in what we have and, yeah, just fine-tuning everything and driving the car, making sure it's right, and just testing and that kind of thing. So we're going to make it there, and I've been able to drive it around a little bit. It's been great. I've been really enjoying it. So I know I haven't put up a lot of videos and haven't been motivated at all to take videos. It's been a pretty rough year, honestly, but that's, you guys don't care about that. So anyway, I'm gonna go ahead and work on some of the fuel system leaks here tonight, and then maybe if I get this thing up in the air, I'll take you for a little tour underneath and show you off my new fuel line routing. All right, here we are into the car. So right in there is the Weldon sump, and there's our fitting coming out, and our 10AN line goes up by the tank, next to the tank, to the front, comes back down with the stock sending unit fuel lines. So one of those stock lines is actually the return line now, and we have the stock fuel tank vent, and then the stock return line is still hooked up, but there's no fluid going through it, so it's kind of like another vent. Anyway, so then, I got these nice new Viking dual adjustable coilovers. I think these are Warriors, not Crusaders. I hit a critter on the road, not sure, but it melted some fur under the muffler. But anyway, so showing you the coilovers there. That's a kit from UMI Performance. So stock mount shocks, they bolt in here, and then there's that plate that goes around the spring mount, and a bolt that goes up through the stock shock spot there, and you bolt it in and do that. So those are pretty cool. I like having those on. Gotta finish adjusting my ride height with those, but anyhow, back down here, we've got, everything's just zip tied in right now with these little zip ties. I'm gonna get some bigger ones in here and actually, trim up the ends, but we got our first, I think that's the 10 micron filter, and then obviously the line goes up front there, and I'll show you up front the 100 micron filter. Maybe it's the other way around. I think this is the 100 and the front is the 10. Either way, it's got two of them on there. I'm pretty sure this is the 100 and the front one's the 10. But anyway, so that's the routing that I have with this. I've got the stock sending unit in this thing still, so that it will the fuel gauge will still work, which right now it's not, because I'm not entirely sure. I think the float is jammed somehow in the tank, and I am gonna have to take this out at some point and look at that, but tonight's not the night for that. But thought I'd show you guys that. And we still have the muffler, factory style muffler. This is a MagnaFlow kit. I don't know if you can see the MF on there or not, MagnaFlow. But this is a MagnaFlow catback kit, and all I had to do was extend this mount a little bit to make it work with that Weldon sump. It's right behind here. So obviously, if you look straight at it, muffler's at a little bit more of an angle, but it still works for right now. So yeah, this tailpipe sticks out a little bit more than this one does now, but it still works. So anyway, that's that part. Alright folks, good morning. Heading back to work this morning. It's Thursday now, the 11th. Worked on the car till about 1:30 last night, or I guess this morning. And I think I got the fuel leaks licked. I still have to fix the leak in the fuel pump itself. I think I talked about that last night, but I got the fittings and whatever that fixed up that were leaking, and I think I got the little leak around the Weldon sump fixed up. So I got some fuel sitting in the tank to make sure that the tank's not leaking, and then, you know, we'll just see if there's any little drips or whatever on the floor. We'll see when I get back from work tonight, but I'm not gonna work on it tonight because I'm taking my wife to go see a movie, and then I might be able to do some on it Friday night. That'll be tomorrow night. I gotta adjust the ride height of the coilovers a little bit higher and make sure it's getting even on both sides, and then we should probably pull the transmission down and change out that servo, but that's all going to be Friday night, or maybe even some Saturday or Sunday. I'm not sure. Maybe not Sunday, but anyway, that's going to be it for this video. Yeah, thanks for watching. Like and subscribe.